Hello, my name is Linnea Wexler, and I am a certified master coach, a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, a master practitioner of timeline therapy, and a master hypnotist. And I am really in a zone tonight, thinking about my own experiences of the day. And I want to talk about extreme circumstances. And this is when things happen where they are exploding like bombs across your life. Boom, 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 in every area. And what happens when you are unable to have caused this and you can't stop it? What are you going to do? Now, I've been through this myself at different points in my life, and I have absolutely genuine experience with what it feels like and what it looks like and the changes in internal posturing that become a necessity for getting through it, for surviving it, for enduring it, for growing from it. And one important tool is being able to adapt no matter what the cost, no matter what the beliefs that you used to hold, how ingrained they were. It's critical to be able to let go of old ideas and open up at every level to what the new normal or the battle or the war may require. And so I know for myself, I'm one of those people who will drop to their knees and cry their eyes out. And I feel that sometimes it's when you break down that you open up to a breakthrough. And I have a deep belief in having an authentic relationship with a loving power I call God. And to me, it's been in the most extreme circumstances that relationship becomes even more important. And I really believe that relationship is important no matter what, in the good times and the rough stuff and everything in between, because most of life is all of that. But when things really, really get rough, when the storms are strong and you can't see the way out, it doesn't mean there isn't a way out. And I have learned about the importance of seeing by faith and not by sight. It's not that what we see is the end. It's not that what we see is the whole picture. Sometimes the pieces and the parts and the people need to be rearranged at levels that we can't possibly comprehend with our perception from our vantage point in our experience of it. And sometimes it's going through the roughest stuff that we let go of things that don't serve us best, or that may be limiting us without us having realized that we have a calling that's higher than where we are at that time. And it seems ironic to have things fall apart when really they're falling together. And it's hard to believe sometimes when you're in so much pain or fear or anger or sadness or guilt or shame or turmoil. And there is a distinction between what we feel and what may be best for us. There is a distinction between what we are experiencing and what may be coming. And so I think one important tool is radical acceptance. Being able to come to terms with the fact that even if it doesn't make any sense, even if it feels like a dream, because you're so much in disbelief, or it's so painful, it's so off from everything that you've relied on so far, that it seems surreal. Coming into accept the terms is important to being able to take action and to adjust and to rise to the occasion. I think it's very important also to look for other times that you've been through really rough stuff and to be putting that into your consciousness, the times when you couldn't see the way out then either, and you were carried and you were loved and you were taken to the next level of your life. I think it's important also to be able, if you can't see that in your own life, look at people who have been through the real rough stuff, who have endured, who have risen and grown, who are beautiful, extraordinary human beings, not just despite their circumstances, but because of them. People who've taken things that would easily destroy a man and who have become only greater human beings. Their hearts have grown bigger, their compassion greater, their purpose higher, their meaning deeper. I think it's also important to come into a place of radical faith, to trust in the goodness of this universe. I really believe that there's both good and evil in the world, and there's a purpose. There's a purpose for the light and the dark. And I feel that even that is for the greater good, that there is an intention of spiritual growth at the level of the highest picture, and that we all play a part in that, and that we're all a part of it. It's all a part of us. And I think that having a willingness and a desire to rise, to get stronger, to be a better fighter when you need to fight, a better lover when you need to love, a better peacemaker when you can make peace. These are imperative skill sets. And I love. Oh, my favorite is peace and love. I love it. Oh, the light, so happy. That's my favorite. And also, we're in a world where we need to be able to adapt to our environment. If you are not adapted to your environment, it's going to cause problems. And if you are willing to understand and accept the skill sets of the environment you're in, you will have a better chance at doing better through all of it. And that doesn't mean that you can't keep your heart. You should. Your heart is vital. Your heart is so important that even if your actions are mistaken, if your heart's in the right place, it does matter. It does matter. We are not perfect because we're people, perfectly imperfect. And even the best of us, we make mistakes. Even the best of us. And that could be hard and humbling when it's not the intention. But having your heart in the right place really matters. Trying to do the right things really matters. I feel that there is a necessity of vitality to living with the kind of passion that protects you and will inspire you no matter what the circumstances, where you can find peace and trust deep inside no matter what the circumstances. And that does not mean that we don't get to be human beings. Oh, we are. We are. And I have the utmost respect for those who are able to stay level, and at the same time being authentic to where you are and traveling forward from where you are really matters. And then I think the ability to be both present and insightful with regard to time, being able to play the chess game, being able to play a good hand at the poker table. These are important. You need to be able to think ahead. You need to be able to set goals. You need to be able to strategize, not for bad, but for good. I really believe in karma, something that is far greater than our own understanding. We may or may not see it, but the universe has a way of balancing itself out, and what we put out does return in its own ways. I think, though, that the reason to do good is to do good. It is to love, to serve for the purpose of serving. I love the experience of that kind of purity. So no matter what happens, no matter what anybody else is doing, if they're out trying to harm you, if they're out lying about you, if they're out doing anything meant to hurt you, either directly or with no regard to your welfare. If that expands and goes bigger and affects your children, your families, your friends, your community, your country, your world, it matters that we are able to rise above who we were and what we were, whatever that was, to become the next level version of ourselves, to be better and do better because we've been called to it, because it's a necessity, because it's a drive, because it's the right thing to do. So, I am very grateful that you have joined me, and I am looking forward to the next one. Sending all my love to you next time. Bye-bye.